This foldable is about angles formed by parallel lines. So we got the idea of alternate interior angles. The angles between the two lines and on opposite sides of the transversal. In this example, lines M and N down here, those are parallel. Okay, and it says transversal. Well, a transversal is just any line that intersects a pair of parallel lines. So we'll refer to this line as the transversal. Alternate interior angles are congruent when line M is parallel to line N. In our example, angles 3 and 6 are a pair of alternate interior angles. They are interior on the inside of the parallel lines and on alternating sides of the transversal. If you look at the example, there's one more pair, and that is angle 4 and angle 5. Again, they're both inside on the interior of the parallel lines and on alternating sides of the transversal. If you look at the example on the right, it says find the value of x given M is parallel to N. Well, since they are parallel and the angles given are alternating on the sides of the transversal, I know that they are congruent. Okay, since they are congruent, I want to solve for x. Congruent means equal, so I set them equal to each other. So 64 equals 2x plus 4, and then solve for x. And x equals 30. Next, we have alternate exterior angles, the angles outside the two lines and on opposite sides of the transversal. Just like alternate interior, they're on opposite sides of the transversal still, but this time they are both on the outside of the parallel lines. On the bottom right example, angles 2 and 7 are alternate exterior. The other pair would be angles 1 and 8. So if you ever see anything in those positions, we know that those pairs are congruent. Let's go to the example on the right. I know that those are alternate exterior angles, which implies congruence. So I set them equal to each other. Solve for x. And x equals 7. The third rule we're talking about is corresponding angles. We still have our pair of parallel lines and the transversal. Corresponding angles state that angles that are on the same side of a transversal and both above or both below those parallel lines. So if they are on the same side of the transversal and both above or both below, we've got quite a few pairs here. Okay. Angles 1 and 5 are corresponding. Angles 3 and 7 are corresponding. Angles 2 and 6 are corresponding, and you can about guess the last pair. It's the only two left. Angles 4 and 8. Those are all corresponding because they're on the same side of the transversal. That's this guy. And either both above or both below. Let's look at the example on the right. Given the transversal and the parallel lines, both of these angles are below, respectively, those parallel lines, and both on the left side of the transversal. That implies congruence. Again, setting them equal. And we're going to solve for x. We get 2x equals 20, and x equals 10.